Many people believe that your 20s is the peak of your life. It's when you're most attractive, young, sexy, you have the most followers on Instagram, and if you waste them, your life is over. It's all downhill from there. You just wasted the most bountiful, fertile, literally speaking, years of your life. And man, you are screwed if you waste your 20s. But is that actually true? We're going to be unpacking some of that by talking about my own life and reflecting on my 20s, which I've lived quite a lot of, and I'm going to be heading into my 30s soon. And this video is actually inspired by another video about a man who wasted his 20s and did a video just like this. It went viral, and I really felt it came from a good place. He made some big mistakes, and he really wanted to help other people by sharing his story so others could not make the same mistakes. So let's get started. First and foremost, the other guy, his video, which I actually would post another video reacting to, he had one central thing that screwed up his 20s. And for me, I don't think it's as singular or simple as that, nor do I think I really screwed up my 20s. But I think there are some lessons you can learn and things I probably could have done a little bit better. So for him, it was this one simple thing where he just took validation and seeking the approval of others to the extreme. Everything he did, everything he bought, even the job he got and the life he lived and the way he dressed and the persona he put on was based on other people liking him and getting the approval of strangers on the internet, people he knew in person, friends, family, acquaintances. And that really screwed him up because you can't control other people, and that can't really make you happy because you're always at the whims of other people's fancy. Plus, you could still hate your job and only do it for other people. For me, I was lucky enough not to have to deal with that. I was actually able to get a job in digital marketing that I enjoyed. However, I think there's certain other factors that matter that I want to focus on. The first one is just that fear of missing out and beating yourself up. I was someone who definitely was affected by social media, not to the extreme as that other guy, but I definitely dwelled too much on, man, I should be at this level of success, or I should be here at this point. And I really think that social media, but also just a lot of things, pop culture, seeing other people, can really screw you up into this imaginary world where you expect to be at a certain level of success in various areas of your life, when in reality your 20s are most people's building years. You need to put in the work, you need to work hard, probably until at least your 30s, to reasonably expect something. Those outlier cases where someone hits it big and they're starring on a Netflix original show, that type of stuff is a rare exception. Same with YouTube success stories. Yeah, there's a lot of YouTube influencers who are making millions and they're only 22 years old. But really, when you compare that to the hundreds of thousands of college graduates, it's nothing. And to expect that level of success in various areas of your life, and I'm not just talking fame or wealth, but looking cool, looking shredded and muscular, or having all these girls and being in parties and all the time, it's just not realistic. So I definitely spent too much time dwelling on that and being negative, whereas I could have just been happy and upbeat and enjoyed my life and just been humble and liked it. And one of my friends is someone who's just genetically disposed to be happy, and he had the mindset that I should have had. So looking back, I can take a lot from that friend of mine because he's just naturally happy and totally fine with a normal life. So that was one big thing, and I think that percolated through my life. I think the second big thing is to really have pulled the trigger on things. I think I stayed too much in my comfort zone a bit. Once again, not to an extreme, but really pulled the trigger on various areas of my life to really move things along faster. There's various things I did to try and build side hustles on the side. However, I really felt like because I was too comfortable, because I didn't want to do things that were maybe icky or risky or uncomfortable, I kind of stagnated longer than I should. Here's one of my side hustles as an example. There's others, but for the sake of time, I'm going to focus on YouTube. If you look at my channel, it's been around for like 10 years. There's almost 2,000 videos on it. And I probably could have skyrocketed or at least increased my YouTube engagement years ago. But I stuck to what was comfortable to me, which is mostly uncut videos like this, where I just talk to a camera and never take the time to make a custom thumbnail. I tried, and every 10 or 20 videos I would put in more editing or make a custom thumbnail, but I was just really bad at it and I hated it. And because of that, my channel content never changed much, and my videos always got like 17 views each. So that type of stuff really caused me to plateau a lot in my side hustles, and I was just sick of Photoshop and sick of video editing, and because of that, here I am. But luckily I finally learned my lesson. And if you've been watching my videos for the last year, a lot of them are very well, or at least much better edited. As you can tell, I've been taking a lot of Photoshop courses and Premiere Pro courses, and things have been getting better and better. And I finally bit the bullet. It's still not fun, but YouTube is fun for me. So I'm finally starting to make those changes I should have made years ago. And I think the last bit of lessons learned, I won't even call it a mistake, because you live and learn, right? And is to really just understand that you need to take those risks and get out there and experience the world. For me, I kind of moved more into my comfort because I felt like I had a little bit of disdain for people who took too much risk and it cost them their financial livelihood or their health. And I had disdain for the party people who were just risk takers and didn't look for the long-term future. But too much of that leads to comfort. And I probably stayed too long at my previous job because I was comfortable there. And because I had that disdain and I thought I was doing the better thing. When if I had moved jobs earlier, I could have got that pay raise, I could have gotten a better job and probably explored and seen more of the world. But because I saw other people hopping jobs too frequently, I moved more to the other extreme of like, oh, I'm going to do the rare thing, which is prove my loyalty. Now, sometimes that works, but I think for me, it just led to more stagnation. And I ended up staying about 5 years at a job that I probably could have moved on from earlier because I saw my coworkers hopping every year or every 2 years. And sometimes, zigging when everyone else zags is the right move, but not always. And fortunately, I'm making those changes and I'm making those improvements. For example, if you've been watching my travel videos, it's the first time I'm out of the state I lived in. I'm traveling the country now. I'm experiencing the world. I'm more fulfilled. I'm learning from those mistakes and, really starting to see the world a bit more than I was because, I think my 20s were really those kind of boring building years where I just had that normal 9-to-5 job, lived in the same place, rinse and repeat year after year. And I was building a lot of things, my writing skills, my digital marketing skills, my analytics skills, my presentation skills, and my YouTube channel, and a bunch of other side hustles. And they slowly started to pay off, but really it wasn't anything substantial. So that's what I gotta say. I'm gonna keep it short because no one's gonna watch a 30-minute video. That's my short spiel on it. Hopefully it helped.